Good way for us to start the second half of our season. Where we talked about a lot about just breaking this up into two seasons. First half is over, and so we wanted to have a good showing for the first half, being at home, playing games at home. Minnesota's a good team. There's no doubt about that. A team that's been playing well as of late, and so I'm happy that we were able to come out and get a win.
Coach, what has been going on between you and Minnesota this season? First game, the 19-point comeback on your end.
Yeah.
This game, Minnesota makes it competitive in the fourth quarter. What's going on between you two?
Yeah, I think in the third quarter, I think we lost our way a little bit, just in terms on the offensive end, and maybe let it dictate us on the defensive end a little bit. So we just have to be more mature in that way, where when our shots aren't falling, that we can still count on our defense to get stops, because eventually our shots will come back to us and they'll fall. I thought we did a lot of standing around in the second half, particularly the third quarter, and just watching people play rather than getting into double actions and making them pay for kind of just like sitting in the lane. It happens sometimes, but we got to just do a better job of snapping out of that in the moments.
Ryan, I wanted to ask you, shots weren't falling, and then all of a sudden you let out this really big yell. What were you feeling in that moment? And were you fatigued from, maybe from All-Star this past weekend?
No, everybody had the same weekend. Fee came in, she had the same weekend I had. So fatigue, I don't think that was the case. It just shots stopped falling. But that was a crucial point in the game, getting that N1, and so I just felt like letting all that frustration out.
We saw you mix up the starting lineup a little bit there with Mo starting instead of Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that?
Just coach's decision. Yeah.
Ryan, just, kind of what was going through your head, those last couple minutes from that M1 and the scream and everything like that on, it seemed like you kind of just put the team on your back and was like, no, they're not coming back.
I just want to win, so by any means necessary, I'm going to do what I need to do for my team.
Nia, I wanted to ask you, you were all over the floor tonight as well, especially on the defensive side. You were forcing turnovers, getting deflections as well. Like, how have you been working on that lately? How has that been translating to the game?
Well, that's my number one goal, so I always try to make sure that's like at the forefront. But I just really want to make sure that I brought the energy, especially coming in the second half of the season, and I just thought I would just start strong.
You talked a little bit about what AD brought off the bench tonight. Quick run.
Yeah.
Immediately when they came in the game.
Yeah. I thought they did a really good job. They gave us a burst of energy that I think was needed at that time. And so we expect that of AD. We know that they're capable of doing that. So I thought they did a really good job of coming in and giving us a boost at a good time for us.
Coach, just so you know, if you didn't, D-Rob is approaching your
I do know
assistant
that.
here.
She has about 3 more before she beats me. I would have took her out today if she was first. No, I'm joking. I'm happy for D-Rob to move up the ranks and to take that. Records are meant to be broken. And so, you're coming for me too? See, look, she got about 10 more years before she catch me. Yeah, you got about 10 more years before you catch me. But I'm happy for D-Rob to be in that conversation. It just shows what she's done in her career, throughout her career. And I hope that she continues to do that. Yeah.
Ryan, I wanted to ask you about defense. I don't know if you've approached it differently this season, but you've been taking charges, you've been out there, it's been very physical for you this season. Has it been something that mentally you wanted to go after more so this season, or is it just more of the same?
Yeah, I did want to become a bigger threat on defense, and coaches and my teammates have challenged me to continue to do that thus far, but charges have always been a part of my game even since high school, and so if I feel like I can take one, I'm going to step in. Usually I get paid for them, but people want to back out of things around here.
Lord, thank you for setting the record straight.
Ryan, you recently also spoke about Alicia Gray and her impact on you. What's something that you've taken from her game that you've translated to yours?
I would say just being aggressive. She's always looking to get downhill and get an easy bucket around the rim, and so I feel like, especially this year, that I've done more of that as well.
Let's do 2 more in the room. We'll go to Zoom. Good. All right, we'll go to Zoom. Mark Schindler, go ahead.
Hey, all. First off, congrats on the win. Nia, quick question for you. I know somebody brought up defense a minute ago, but in terms of your offense, it feels like you've just found another level of aggression, since just before the winning streak started. Is that something that's just kind of happened organically for you, or something that that you really focused on and wanted to bring to the table?
Yeah, my teammates and coaches have been on me to be more aggressive, and I think it just took me a second. I hadn't played that much since last year, so it just took me a second.
Most definitely. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.